Hello, beloved. I thank you so much for your time, and I thank you so much for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time, okay? To those who are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. For $50 per month, you get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, as well as career and finances. You'll find the link to my Patreon listed in my description box below. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google. Search it and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out, why were you spiritually led here? Why did you resonate with the title? Okay. I literally just lost my train of thought. Why were you spiritually led here, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? Why did your own YouTube algorithm present you with this message? Let us tap in and talk to God. This energy already. So literally in that moment, something that is my routine, something that I already know, it literally vanished from my thoughts, from my mind, all right, from my psyche. Let us tap in here. Let's see what this energy is about. Okay, we have the King of Swords, followed by the Four of Pentacles reversed. And at the bottom here, this Queen of Swords is popping out like this, right? So there is an individual that, you know, whatever the bond, the history, the relationship dynamic was, this person is still holding on to that, right? Meaning that this person is still holding on to the experience of you, okay? This is somebody that has not released your energy, but you have not been in communication with this person whatsoever. This person, they're struggling to come to terms with the whole separation, the whole ending, you closing off this chapter, you moving on with your life, you choosing yourself, you just surrendering the situation completely. This is something they're struggling to process here, okay? This person feels like this whole thing is just a big misunderstanding, okay? This whole thing is just a big misunderstanding. We have the King of Pentacles. So this person, they've been in the energy of trying to rebuild themselves, trying to rebuild their life, okay? They've been trying to restructure the way they approach life. the way that they are, the way they handle situations, the way they think, okay? This person has been trying to revamp, rebrand, and evolve and elevate themselves, right? And this person feels like if they accomplish this in succession, right? All of these things that we've established, they feel like if they do this with success, you're going to rethink this outcome here, or you're going to rethink the decision that you've already made about where you stand with everything. They feel like if you see them doing this and doing that, or you hear about them doing this and doing that, it's going to put you in the energy of thinking that, you know, they've learned their lesson of life, or they're doing better than they once were. That means that, you know, it's like this person is trying to enable you to see them as somebody that has gone within, somebody that now is different in terms of the evolution and elevation of life. Now, whether that's true or not, it's relative, right? Because this person, they doing all of this just to get your attention. All right, it's crazy, but this person is trying to literally rebuild and restructure and tap in, evolve, and elevate just to get your attention, so that you reconsider the decision and the choice you already made to close off the cycle with them. All right. Clarify the King of Pentacles here. When this person was in a relationship with you, when you were connected to them somehow, whatever the relationship dynamic was, whatever the history and the bond was, this person feels like they didn't approach the situation the way they should have. They didn't treat the situation, handle the situation, care for the situation the way they should have. And now they are blaming themselves, okay? That's why they're so focused on doing all this to rebuild, restructure, elevate, evolve, all these things, because they at least want to have that shift of perspective. Like they want you to see them differently, okay? Clarify the King of Pentacles here. If you see them differently, they're going to feel, I'm being called not to take these. If you do see them differently, they're going to feel better about themselves for how they treated you and how everything ended between you guys, right? You know, so this person is trying to get your attention, right? If you think they just doing them and they just living, it's not that. This person is doing this so that they can get your attention here, so that you can see them as high vibrational or accomplished, okay? This King of Pentacles energy, look at that. Okay, let's move on from the King of Pentacles energy here. Give me something else on this energy in general. We have the Page of Swords. Yeah, you definitely have somebody that's trying to get your attention, okay? It's like they want you to forget the version of themselves that they were when you and them had that connection, okay, that you shared. They're trying to rebuild themselves and restructure their life in your eyes. It's not that it's a choice and decision that they're making independently as an individual. No, they're doing this with a motive, okay? And with that being said, this person still feels like with everything that they're trying to do to get your attention, or to get you in the energy of seeing them differently or seeing the situation differently, they feel like it's not working because you are still very detached from them. You are not giving them any access to your energy. It's like you have completely ghosted this situation, or trampled on every memory that you once shared with this person. They feel like everything that was once of existence between the both of you has now vanished completely because you've made that decision and choice to activate that. All right. This person is definitely blaming themselves, right? Every time they reflect on the situation, because they reflect often. I mean, they're doing all of this to get your attention. Of course, they always think about what you think, what you'll think, or what you feel, what you'll feel. It's like it's a common theme in their world and their reality. So this person, every time they reflect on the situation, they blame themselves because they feel like if this was handled differently by them, it would have turned out differently overall, right? And this person feels like they've lost the opportunity to make things right, but they don't want to accept that. So they're trying to do everything that's possible to get your attention, to somehow change the way you see them. Okay, this person, I just heard they know what you like. Okay, clairaudiently, I just heard that. So this person, they doing all of this with the motive of like, okay, I know if they may hear or see me on this or doing that or being there, they're going to be curious, or they're going to want to know how that came about. Or this person just wants you to look at them again, but look at them differently because they're going to be doing something completely different than what you know. But at the same time, they are still doing what they think is what you want to see. Clarify the Page of Swords here. This person is really watching you with a close eye, and they've been watching you for a while. Every time they analyze you, watch you, study you, stalk you, they always come up with new ideas of what they can do in their reality in order for them to get your attention or to enable you to see them differently, changing your perspective and whatnot. Clarify here, okay? So we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands here. This person definitely feels like this is their fault because they should have come forward authentically, okay? They should have come forward with originality. They should have treated this situation in a high vibrational way, made the right efforts and put in the right work into everything. But now they want to do that only because they see that, they no longer have access to you. When you were in this person's reality, when you were in this person's world, they took you for granted. But now all that they're trying to do at this point in their life is get your attention and get you to see them differently, not in the way that they were towards you when you were connected to them. Because the way that they were towards you when you were connected to them, there is a false person energy with that. There's a falsehood, all right, to that person that they were when they were connected to you. And that's what's eating at them and always putting them in a position to blame themselves. Because they know they weren't real, they weren't of truth. All right, hence that originality and authenticity. All right. So when you walked away, this person here started to like go back and forth within themselves, and like I feel like a part of them snapped. Okay, when you cut your losses here, this person inside like They snapped, okay? And this is the result of them snapping, because this person has officially like kind of lost it here. I feel like they're trying too hard to figure out a way back into your energy. And it's putting them in this state of feeling like they're not doing enough. They gotta do more. They're not doing enough. They gotta do more, just so they can have access to your energy again. Okay? So the more they do this and you don't give them attention, or you don't entertain whatever this is that they're trying to portray, they feel like it's a loss for them. They gotta try more or do more or amp up more of whatever this is that they're doing. All right? They're not okay with you walking away. They never were. They want to bring you back into their life with whatever they need to do here. Whatever it takes type of energy. This person, when you walked away, something in them snapped. Something in them really snapped. Okay? Completely here. And this is the resultant of them snapping. Because look at, this is like crazy and a little bit deranged, where somebody is committed so much into changing their identity just to fit your... It's like they want to convince you. It's back to the fact that it's not them being original or authentic or real. They are still playing off this facade or this false mask, this falsehood of being, by still trying to structure themselves and build themselves to be what they think you want to see, or who they think you want them to be. And it's not based on their own original identity. It's never based on that. It never was. This person here, yes, they messed up, but even with them messing up, they were still portraying a version of themselves that wasn't true, and they still doing it now. This person is struggling to come to terms with the fact that what they thought that they had figured out about you, or what they thought they knew about you, is not even close to the truth of who you are. Or what they thought they knew about you, what they thought they figured out about you, is not true. Okay? So we have the Fool. We have the Seven of Swords here. We have the Seven of Pentacles reversed. This person, they were trying to act unfazed and unbothered, by the fact that it's like, this is the type of person that believes in law of attraction. So they told themselves that if they just embody this energy of not caring, being unfazed and unbothered, they will lure you back into their life, in terms of like, if they were to have been trying too hard, it wouldn't have worked. It's like how this person thinks about it is like, oh, money. It's like an example, an analogy, a reference point, a case study. Somebody that believes that, money comes to them effortlessly. They attract money. They don't have to chase it. Things like that. You see that ideology of I attract, I don't chase. Bringing that back to the generalization of this message, this person has that sort of belief system whereby they have these law of attraction laws, right, and rules that they abide by within themselves. They feel like if they had chased you when you had walked away at first, or if they had tried this, whatever they're doing now, when you had walked away at first, they would have came off desperate, or they would have pushed you further away. So now they feel like because a certain amount of time has passed, or you are in a certain point in your life, they feel like it's best to do what this is now than if they were to have done it before. But just because they were acting unfazed and acting unbothered, it doesn't mean that they weren't, phased or weren't bothered. They were. They just had to, because of what they believe in, they had to tell themselves that, I don't chase, I attract. Okay. But they seeing that, you still not, it's like you still are very much detached or cold, or you still ghosting them. You still are very much in the energy of not allowing this person to have access to you, right? So they see that, what, let me be in the vibration of what I think this person wants of me. Let me be in the vibration of like what this person might want to see of me, and then they'll naturally gravitate towards me because I'm vibrating on that. That's how they think. We have the World reversed and the Knight of Cups. Okay. The crazy thing about it is the fact that this person is not, it's like they are trying to manipulate you into seeing them in a certain type of way. They're trying to manipulate you by portraying themselves based on their identity, portraying themselves to be something that they're not, just so that, they can have you back into their reality. But still, this lacks originality, truth, and authenticity. It's all a facade. It's all based on a false mask. All right. It's not real. And this person, they going so hard, right? Right now, they feel like, okay, now is the time that I gotta go hard. They haven't heard from me in this and this amount of time. They haven't seen me in this and this amount of time. Now, when they see me after all this time, they have to see me on this level, so that like now it's like they're gonna want to talk to me, or they're gonna want to be in my energy, like all those things. But I see it's not working here. You very much still in the energy of focusing on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're not watching this person or intrigued or curious or even attracted to this person. It's like you are very much not interested, right? There's a level of uninterested energy that you carry. This person wants to gaslight you with this. This is gaslighting. When they had you in their energy, when they had the opportunity to act right, do right, be right, they didn't take that opportunity. And now that you're no longer in their life and you're choosing to walk away and make a decision and choice based on what you want for yourself, they want to manipulate everything about the situation, turning it into something that it's not. When in actual reality, they had a chance to do right already, act right already. So you're being called to act accordingly, move accordingly, all right, when it comes to this energy of a person, because this is definitely somebody here that they don't want to get the picture, all right? You think that they've moved on, or since you've left, they also just doing them. It's not that. This person is trying to come off a certain way to you just so you believe it, okay? Just so that they can still manipulate you back into their life somehow. They think like that. That's their ideology of it. Now this person is starting to regret not chasing you, because they feel like maybe if they had chased after you and not let you walk away, and if they had like not acted unbothered or unfazed, things would have turned out differently. Like this person has a lot going on within them when it comes to this situation, when it comes to you here. It's just a lot, okay? There's no peace, calm, contentment. This person definitely is not okay, and they never wanted to let you go to begin with, okay? It was all a show. It was all an act. Yeah, this person, even if they were with someone else, or they entertained other people, or they tapped into other people's energy, or they were doing this and doing that, it was all an act. This person is never really, or was never really content with whoever they were with, or whatever they were doing, wherever they were going, and all those things. They were, dibbling and dabbling in. It was never, it was all just an attempt to lure you back into their life so that you see them as like high vibrational. Oh, they're not chasing me. Oh, they're giving me my space. They understand. Oh, there's no reason for me to cut this person off the way I did because this, it's like, it's just manipulation here. But best believe that whatever you are seeing of this person is fake, and whatever it is that they were doing before when you walked away, it was all an act. All right, nothing was fulfilling to this person. They were just trying to get your attention all along, like literally here. It's crazy, but that's what it is. Okay, that's the energy here. Okay, that's the message. I'm being called to end this message here. This was your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. For $50 per month, you get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, as well as career and finances. You'll find the link to my Patreon listed in my description box below. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google. Search it and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. I thank you all for everything and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.